I'm remembering a conversation I had a couple years back with a lady who reached out. She's in her late 60s, and she seemed to be under the impression that she couldn't retire for probably another 10 years. She didn't see how she could make the cash flow work in retirement. And so she reaches out, basically asking if that was going to be possible to retire, hopefully by the time she was 80. Well, when we looked at the numbers, what I found was that she was actually making more, or when we looked in retirement, between all her income sources, she was going to be making twice what her typical monthly budget was. So she had more than enough and was able to retire right away. And what that it was just one of many examples like that, where I get this question and you think the conversation is going to go in one direction, and you find out that the real problem is something else. And so this kind of reminds me of something I came across earlier today online that said, identifying the real problem is 90% of the solution. And I've seen that totally, just, I can say amen to that. We spend so much time, to mix another metaphor, climbing the ladder, that we don't bother to stop to ask, is the ladder up against the right wall? And I think Einstein also had a quote as well that if you give him an hour to solve a problem, then he's going to spend like the first 55 minutes or something like that, just trying to identify the right problem before jumping into the solution. So think about the questions that you have. If you were able to jump on a call with me, for example, what question would you ask? Start with that. Then ask yourself, okay, why am I asking that question? What's really the question behind this one? What is it that I'm really concerned about? If you start to kind of peel back the layer and just keep asking yourself why, and why is that a problem, and why are you concerned about that, and just keep pushing back on it, you might find that there are a few layers covering up the real issue that is concerning you. So don't just jump in with a question that's top of mind. Start there, but make sure you find out what the real problem is before you start to look for a solution.